Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. How are you? I think you are well and are busy with your studies in this pandemic time. Okay. In the previous class, we uh, learned about sentences, uh, its classification depending on function, and today we are going to learn about the classification of sentences depending on their structure. Okay, have a look at the whiteboard, please. Classification of sentences.
मोटर से साबित है वो वहाँ पे इधर
Structure. Okay. My dear student, you have already learned about sentences depending on their function, and today we are going to learn about the classification of sentences according to the structure. And you have already learned about clauses, because learning clauses is the precondition of learning the sentences according to their structure. Okay. The sentences depending on their structure, we can divide them into three categories. Okay. Have a look at the whiteboard, please. Number one, simple sentence. Number two, complex sentence, and number three, compound sentence. Now we are going to learn about their definition and example. Okay. Simple sentence. And you know about sentences that sentence is a group of words that has a subject and predicate. In the same way, the simple sentence is also has a sentence as subject and predicate, but it depends on clauses. You have already learned about clauses, and the sentences depending on their structure we can classify them depending on their clauses. The sentence that now we are going to learn about simple sentence. Simple sentence is a sentence that has a principal clause or independent clause or main clause, but it has no subordinate clause. Have a look at the example, please. What is the field? He walked across the field. This is a an example of simple sentence, and you notice that there is a single clause here, and it has one principal verb and no subordinate clause here, and this sentence isolatedly can express its meaning clearly. Okay, my dear student, and in this stage we have learned about sentences, simple sentences, and you have already learned the definition of the sentences. The sentence that has a main clause but no subordinate clause here, that is simple sentence. And it, example, he walked across the field. Okay, number 2. Complex sentence. Complex sentence. And at first you should learn about the definition and then example, please. Okay. See, complex sentence, the sentence that has a principal clause or an independent clause and one or more subordinate clause here, and the portion or part or clauses of these sentences are connected with subordinate conjunction. Have a look at the example. Wait. Back to the audience. When he was Okay, this is an example of complex sentence. He waved back to the audience when he walked across the field. He waved back to the audience when he walked across the field. Okay, you notice that there is a two portion here, two parts in this sentence, and this is principal clause and this is subordinate clause. And complex sentence has one principal clause and one or more subordinate clause, and these clauses are connected with subordinate conjunction. This is subordinate conjunction, and subordinate conjunction, there are so many conjunctions here: when, what, where, if, though, etc. Okay. Now number 3, compound sentence. At first you will have to learn about the definition and then example. The sentence that has two or more independent clauses, and these clauses are connected with coordinating conjunction. Have a look at the example. And I went there and saw him working. notice that there is a two portion here. One, I went there and saw him working. There are two portion here, and these two clauses are connected with and you know, and is an example of coordinating conjunction. And another example here, I like jogging part. I like swimming better. There are another example here. I like jogging, but I like swimming better. There are another conjunction here. This is coordinating conjunction, and this conjunction connects two independent clauses. I like jogging and I like swimming better. These two principal clauses or independent clauses are connected to the subordinate clause but, and this is another example of compound sentences. So you mind it that compound sentences has two or more independent clauses, and these clauses are connected with coordinating conjunction. Okay, my dear student, today you have learned about sentences depending on their structure, and there are three types of sentences, and you have already learned about the definition and example. I think you will be able to learn about this clearly if you practice on this more and more. Thank you. Okay.